The Durian Heat, bringing big ideas and critical opinions in Southeast Asia.
Welcome back to Durian ASEAN. I'm Grace Cho, and of course, I'm having this fun conversation with these two guys all the way from Singapore, Jack and Ray.
Hey!
Hi, they're still here. But let's talk outside of Singapore. Your experiences and the first performance maybe outside of Singapore. How was it like and where was it? How was your experience?
I believe that our first overseas gig...
Where was our first honeymoon?
That was even...
So romantic there.
Our first overseas gig was actually while we were still a cover band. We actually just did a small company event in Bintan.
Bintan.
Bintan, Indonesia.
That's right. That was very young in our...
Yeah.
How young were you, if you don't mind
I think
asking?
maybe one barely a year or two into playing with Ray, so might be about 03.
Yeah, I don't remember much about the gig. I remember the party after that. Where I think there were security guards in the resort chasing us out of the pool. And we were in the pool with a bottle of vodka, like swimming around.
Having fun.
Yeah. I think we went a little bit too crazy.
The night is still young for you guys.
Yeah.
but yes, I remember that one. Bintan, just a boat ride away. But so that was...
Since then, we are quite proud to say that we've done multiple destinations.
Of course.
Of course, Malaysia included. We did a gig at Laundry Bar. That was one of our first... Actually, Laundry Bar was one of our first gigs that we did when we first released our album. So that was the first time we performed a bunch of originals for an overseas for an overseas audience.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And that was 09, would you say?
That was 09.
Around 09.
Oh.
So now it's 2016 and we're back. Yeah, and it's good to be back. Yeah.
Welcome back to Malaysia.
Thank you.
How about the other countries?
So we've done a couple of performances in Japan. Actually, quite a fair bit of our traveling was actually thanks to the Singapore Tourism Board. Because sometimes they have networking events overseas, and so they wanted to bring something Singaporean to present to their clients. So for those kind of events, sometimes we play some of our own songs, we play some Singaporean songs, like cultural songs. And what I really enjoy about those gigs is that we get to sometimes learn a song from the country that we're playing in.
Yeah, exactly.
So when we went to Shanghai, we sing a Chinese song for them. Or when we went to Japan, we sing Japanese songs.
Really?
Yeah. We were in Berlin, we sang a German song as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, man. Thank God Ray likes his linguistics and different languages. So he learns all the foreign languages.
But how about the cultural side from the audience? How were the feedbacks? I'm sure the responses are very different from each country, right?
Yeah, I mean, what would you say? Like,
I would say that, okay, maybe from foreigner point of view looking at us perform, I think a lot of people find it surprising that, hey, you guys all speak English, and for or the main mode of for Ray and myself is English, that being the main medium
communication, right?
Communication. So I think some people find that interesting because maybe they don't really know. They thought Singapore is part of China, or they think we all speak Chinese.
They still think that way.
But no, with all due respect, I think that's one thing interesting that I observe.
Yeah, and also of course when you go overseas and you play these kind of gigs, you also see what kind of stuff they have to offer as well. So like for example, we did a gig in Fukuoka in Japan. They told us, we have another act that's alongside you guys. So we're like, okay, I wonder what act this is.
Yeah.
And then?
So there we were. After we came off stage, we see a bunch of girls, like an all-girl band.
Yeah,
all-girl band.
Yeah, all like 8.
Not ladies, all girls.
Like high school.
And they're all wearing like those kind of high school uniform-looking costumes.
We're like, oh wow.
And they cosplay.
And then they started singing like J-pop songs and stuff, and we were like, wow.
With the choreographs and all.
Yeah, exactly. And we were told they were a well-known girl band in Fukuoka. Yeah, so we were like, okay. So it's quite interesting. And like even in Germany, because we performed at a Singaporean event, right? So they had a lion dance thing going on.
What happened?
The lion dance was really funny. It's like the lion started moonwalking and doing like hip hop moves, and we were like, wow, these lions are pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then when they took off the lion head, you see like a German guy underneath.
Yeah,
it's like a boah.
Yeah, it's a Caucasian fella underneath. Like, wow, that's quite a very interesting thing to
observe. It's not the typical the Chinese lion dancer that we can imagine. It's completely different scenes there.
And even for India, for example, we played a festival in Chennai in a university called IIT Madras, and they invited us over, and we went over and. We were playing in a stage in the middle of like a small park, and we were just surrounded by all these guys, and we were like, what should we do? And we just played our original songs. And
just like that.
Just like that. Under the most basic PA system under a huge
So it's more
tree.
like a busking and you're in the park.
Yeah, like basking, but it was a kind of like a
it's like
very
a
spontaneous
simple
performance.
stage.
Yeah, like an outdoor stage with people just right in front of us, and it was nice. They were really welcoming, and of course when we busted out a Hindi song, they all start dancing.
Yeah, man.
So do you still remember all the songs that you sang in different languages?
Oh my god! Yes,
I
actually,
think more or less you probably.
we
I
still
guess
do
you
quite
do.
a number.
Oh,
Even
that's
when we play
interesting.
our gigs nowadays, we're like, okay, let's do a string of songs in other languages.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or sometimes in Singapore, we have like a bunch of maybe Japanese expats come in.
Right.
So at least Ray can let go a little bit of.
And a pat his shoulder, go and
That's
sing
right.
it.
Yeah, go and sing it.
This is for Makoto-san.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So with all those experiences and the fun episodes, I'm sure you guys have met a lot of challenges along the way, ups and downs, and riding roller coasters. Can we share that part?
Oh, sure. I think a lot of people ask us also what's one thing that I'm afraid of.
That five. Okay,
Sorry,
there's a lot of that.
But I think one thing I'm definitely and Ray as well, we also try to keep things fresh in terms of like when we go on stage, we try to make sure that we have fun, obviously,
Of course.
and not to go through the motion. I think one thing that I take a lot from Ray's side, because he's a Libran by star sign, and I see that as someone that
So then
when
what
I'm-
are you?
I am a Taurian. I'm a stubborn
Taurian.
fella.
Bull in
Yeah.
a China shop.
Yeah, bull in a China shop. I hit people sometimes by mistake, but that's another story again. But yeah, so sometimes I always tell ourselves to reinvent, and Ray is always one of my main partners that I get a lot of inspiration from sometimes
Right.
when hey, can we try something different, or let's explore this type of sound a little bit, and he will get me interested, and I'll take the lead. So I think to keep inspiring ourselves is one thing that we definitely strongly feel.
That's very interesting. Chemistry between you two seems very strong, and then I can see that there's a respect as much as you guys are very casual to each other.
I think
Sometimes up to the bromance level, perhaps.
yes.
Yeah, we've been through quite a lot together.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And also, like, even another challenge that, if I may say, like, after we started songwriting, we also get a lot of commercial projects to do.
Yeah, of
So
course.
we've written songs for, like, Disney Channel Asia or TV series in Singapore. And it's interesting because, sometimes you have to draw the line between managing your client and your artistic emotional
Correct.
output, you know.
Fair enough.
So sometimes Jack helps me balance that a little bit, and the challenges that come out there are quite interesting. Like for example, we learn a bit as well about culture. Like like Disney Channel asked us to once do a trailer for a campaign at the end of the year,
Right.
called So Siok Holidays.
Social holidays, okay.
Yes. So it's quite interesting to write a song with So Siok in it in the first place. And the other thing we learned, because in Singapore we pronounce that Siok as Syok.
Shock, okay.
Yeah, we pronounce it as Syok, but in Malaysia it's pronounced as Siok.
Shock.
Yeah.
So we were like, we learned this, and because the song was geared
The
towards
little
the Malaysian market,
things,
it's
yeah.
like, Syok, we're like, okay, so we learned something new.
something different. We recorded the first draft, and then the client came out, Disney came. Hey guys, I think yours say shook, but in Malaysia they say siok. Yeah, so we had to redo that part. But
Yeah.
not a big deal, but something we learned.
Like Durian ASEAN is Syok, man.
Oh. No, you can.
But in Singapore, you can say Durian ASEAN is shook, man.
Oh, it works that way there.
Yeah, so simple things.
Yeah.
You guys have performed in front of many, many, many audience, over 300 people. How did you handle that feedback from them?
I think when it comes to performing for a large audience,
Mm-hmm.
one thing, even when you put your stuff on YouTube and all that, everyone's available to see it. I think you have to be prepared for negative criticism
All right.
as much as positive. I mean, sometimes it's nice to get a good note complimenting, you sang this really well, but also be prepared for like, you suck. Or, there's a lot of people out there who are just want to put you down just for the sake of putting you down. So, I mean, I think one of those things we've learned to balance is, what to hear and what not to hear.
And that the charisma to be able to hold the audience attention is another challenge, isn't it, on the
Definitely,
stage?
yeah. In the very early days of Jack and Ray, when we are on stage and we're doing our banter as we talk to each other.
All right.
And this doesn't involve alcohol, by the way.
And this doesn't involve alcohol yet.
Again,
but-
all right, sure.
but sometimes we will be talking so fast, and we are so nervous. Sometimes like,
Oh, when
"Hey,
you're
Ray."
nervous, you talk faster.
Yeah, I think naturally we do, and suddenly like, hey Ray, for example, I'll tell him a joke, and we all like ha ha ha. Then when we look at the
quiet.
audience, we realize shit, we're talking too fast.
I think what just happened?
Yeah, and we realized, slow down, So I think a lot of people ask us, like, what do I do to prepare myself on stage and be a bit more steadier? And we just tell them, I think, slow down. Don't speak so fast. Calm down, because a lot of things you tend to rush through when you're on stage.
And one mindset I tend to take as well is, whether you're performing for 1 million people or one person, every person in the audience matters. So you perform for 10,000 people like you would for one person. As intimate as you can. They are all just one person, each person, and listening to you. So just think intimately that you're performing for one person. And
then have your performance ever affected by audience response?
I mean, definitely we'll carry on. Show must go on. But definitely, I think inside we definitely are singing and analyzing as
like
we
conflicting,
speak.
The reaction from the audience and the performance side.
We do watch people when we're performing,
of
and
course.
so we try to tailor things to tickle their bones a little bit. That's easy when you do covers, but of course when you're doing your own material, I think it's really just a matter of drawing people in and sometimes telling some stories here and there, and I think it's really a matter of really talking to someone and communicating.
Right.
Not just singing there and putting a wall in front of you and thinking that people are watching you for the sake of watching you. That's not true. Bring them in.
Yeah.
So somehow we are back to the topic of performance. Like when you perform original songs, what was your influence? Mainly, I mean, you mentioned a few musicians who are singer-songwriters internationally as well. But what's your main influence? Life, relationship, or generally, what is it?
I would say for me, the main influences never changed a little bit, but still pretty much along the lines of your John Mayer, your Dave Matthews Band. But I think for myself, Jason Mraz and stuff, I find that recently, or at least over the last few years, I somehow try to focus on producers as well.
Producers,
so like whether Timberland sponsors, produces something or something from Dr. Luke, just to have a little idea on what is going on in the scene and what these producers are coming up with. I think for me, I'm very interested in that part of the business.
So that
as well.
also decides the direction of the band, isn't it?
I think it does. I think it does. And between Ray and myself, we will definitely be like, yo man, hey, got to check out this album because whatever sounds really good, and however the producer was doing the album. And
how about you, Ray?
Well, I guess if you're talking about just songwriting, definitely for us, I think it's experiences in life that probably are the top priority, for me, I guess when I suffer very extreme emotions, like extreme happiness and extreme sadness,
really?
mostly extreme sadness, really gets you in that songwriting
I think
mode.
I remember one of the articles that you mentioned you wrote songs after the breakup or something, right?
Yeah. I think I could probably come up with a breakup album, at a snap of a finger, but even some, like, you can sometimes see the journey that I'm going through with the songs. With
Yes,
the songs
of
that
course.
From like the Falala song, for example, is a song that's about a philosophy of life. It's about being in a happy relationship, or not that I'm in a happy relationship, but I want a happy relationship.
Right.
So I don't want the drama that comes with a relationship. But then, of course, there are other songs like Trine, which was one of the more recent songs that we wrote and recorded. That was basically post breakup, and the song came up because I was just after the breakup, I was thinking whether to dial my ex-girlfriend. And
right.
I just put half her number in my phone and then I deleted it because I said, I shouldn't call. So
he gets all these ideas just
so
by
painful.
one line and he can spin it into a song.
Yeah.
So that's something that
that's
he's
very creative, by the way.
Yeah.
Heartbreak, man.
Yeah, it is.
But then there's another funny story. When doing the first album, there was an emotional song, Gone. There's another single that we want to put in. So that was during the girlfriend before, and he was writing a sad song, and then after he found a new girlfriend, he was too happy, and when he delivered,
so when I tried to record the song, it didn't sound sad enough.
Yeah,
of course, you're too happy now.
Yeah. So you just can't deliver it.
Took it out from the album.
Yeah, so we just took it out. Yeah, that's
too bad. Yeah. But the song is still there.
The song is somewhere in my head.
Right, so that was Jack and Ray. We'll continue our conversation after this short break.
You're now listening to Durian ASEAN, the voice of discovery and sharing.